Okay. So we just got back from Summit, and we wanted to share with you guys all the awesome announcements and just kind of our takeaways from Summit, so you guys can have a mini Summit. And then we have lots of announcements though. So first, Super Saturday. We are trying to make an effort to get to Lehi. If you're in Utah or close to Utah, try and get there. Micah's going to be there. I'm going to be driving up. A lot of our team is local. And Super Saturday right after Summit is literally like a mini Summit. You get a lot of awesome announcements. And then we want to go to lunch afterwards. So it's a great time to introduce people to the team culture. And if you haven't met personally anybody on the team yet besides your coach, you need to get there, because that's where you start to develop the friendships and relationships that we have in this team. And those relationships are what will keep you going in this business. So that is at 8:30, correct? My people who know? Okay, 8:30 in Lehi. Make an effort to be there. You can bring a guest. It's $2 per guest. You can bring challengers, people who are interested in being challengers, people who are interested in coaching. It's just a great time for them to see the team culture, understand what our business is actually all about, hear success stories and all that. So it literally is a mini summit. So make an effort to go. I was not going to go, to be honest. I didn't want to be traveling again. I've been traveling every week. I'll be back up there in 2 weeks, and the following week I'll be gone again. So I was done traveling, but you need to make an effort. It's worth the effort to
They're actually in American Fork, by the way.
It's in American Fork at American Fork High School.
Perfect, thank you. American Fork, somewhere up there. Yeah, so American Fork High School. Sharon, was it you or Ashley who posted the link? There's a link to it in the coach page where you need to go and buy your tickets. So if you haven't done that yet, go and buy it.
You can usually buy them there, but they're more money, and you have to have exact cash. You can't pay the card. You have to pay with cash, and they won't have change. So make sure you just get it before you go.
Okay. So of you people on here right now, raise your hand if you're going to Super Saturday. If you're not local to Utah, they usually have them in every single state. So find out where they are near one. Raise your hand if you are going, so I know who to look for. Yeah.
She's going?
Well, she's not coming to Utah. Oh. Greg's like, is that Danielle? Danielle's going? I'm like, well, she's not coming to Utah. Okay, if your hand's not raised, make an effort to be there. I get it. I get if you're brand new and you're like, what is this? It's not important. Trust me, it's important, especially post-summit momentum. Okay, so next thing is Team Cup. Raise your hand if you're on a Team Cup. Okay, so most of us are. Good. If you're not, next time you need to be on a team, because they always do these at certain months of the year. It helps build momentum, and we're once again coming out of Summit. This is a huge month. Basically, Team Cup is the time to rally together as a team, try and strategize, try and get more training on how you can help more people. So the more challenge packs you sell, you get points. If you rank advance, you get a point. Your sponsor coach also gets a point. And at certain points per team, you earn certain prizes. So this helps you hit Success Club, which I did this my second month in the business, and it totally set me up to hit Success Club every month after that, because I knew what to do. So make sure you're engaging with whatever your team is and however your team is interacting. My team has message threads. So we'll be interacting often, several times a day. We'll be going over power hours. We'll be, collaborating ideas on how we can help more people this month. This month is going to set the stage for one of the announcements we're going to talk about that's happening next month. So even if you didn't go to Summit, now is your time to feed off of our momentum and seeing all the pictures that everybody was seeing, and to use that to advance your business as well. You didn't have to be at Summit to have this month be awesome for you. So engage with your Team Cup team. If you're not on a Team Cup team, I can add you guys to our message thread so you guys can benefit from the team culture once again from being close and interacting closely with these people. It builds those relationships. And then you'll also get the training. So if your upline coach didn't get you on a team, ask if you can be in their message threads. If not, you can talk to me and I'll get you in our message threads so that you guys can also benefit from the momentum that you're going to have from Team Cup. And the prizes are awesome. Like there's usually clothing of some sort. We've gotten like selfie sticks and what else we've gotten?
So the first one is a hat. It's either a United States or Canada hat. The second one is Country Heat apparel. And the third one, does anybody remember? I don't remember what the third one is.
It's a skateboard.
A what?
What?
A skateboard.
That's right. The third one's a skateboard. That's right.
And then they have like grand prizes of like Apple Watches and all that for the team who gets the most points. And Canadians usually win this. I don't know what Canadians do, but they always win this. So, and they get like crazy amount of points. So this is a month where people do go for no challenges. They eat that frog. They like send out tons of invites. So just seriously collaborate with your team and take it seriously. I promise if you're in this business to build a business, you need to be engaging and you need to be doing these things. Okay, sneak peek into coaching. We are going to be doing a sneak peek into coaching. We're going to do it like today through Thursday, but that's just not happening with all of us just barely getting home. So we're going to do it next week, Tuesday through Thursday, the same format that Micah did it. So if you are wanting, which I hope you are, to add coaches or people, challengers, people interested in the business, next Tuesday through Thursday, we'll be doing the sneak peek. So it's going to be two videos a day with a success story and like a homework assignment, and we're going to be giving away good prizes. So the leaders are going to be collaborating on that this week. We'll get you all the details, but know that it starts on Tuesday, so you can be talking about that. This was my biggest month to date was last August. I recruited 8 coaches, and Kristen, one of my coaches on here, she said it was because I did the sneak peek right after Summit. So people are watching you. They see all this hype and excitement from Summit, whether it's from you or another coach. So you be the first to invite people and get them into this sneak peek, and this could be a huge month for your business. Okay. I think that's only the announcements. Now I wanted to show you the Summit announcements. Oh, okay. So if you did not see the live stream, what's it called, website address that I posted before Summit, those you could watch the opening ceremonies and the celebration through those links. I just clicked on them again last night and they're still there. So if you didn't see opening ceremonies or the celebration, you can go back and watch them, which I highly suggest you do. All the information we're going to talk about is going to be in there, but that will also help you understand the excitement and the hype, and it's super fun to kind of feel like you are a part of it, and it's just, they're awesome. So I will try and put those links again in our coach page after the call. Buddy, after the call, so that you guys can watch those if you want, which I highly suggest. Okay, I'm going to screen share now. Oh, hold on. Buddy, you're being too loud. Okay, just 1 second.
Mom, is your phone call already done?
Nope, I'm still in the middle of it, buddy. Okay. Okay, so can everybody see my screen? Lucas. Luke. Okay, so New Leader Conference. New Leader Conference is in January. Everybody should go, and everybody should make it a priority. Buddy, a priority to try and go. You need to be, to earn the invitation to the event. So this is in LA. If you earn so many elite points, they cover your whole year. Oh my God. Okay, so they will pay for your hotel if you have so many elite points. So you just have to get yourself there. And it's awesome. So it's in LA. And it's, oh, this one's in February next year, which is nice. So February 24th through the 25th. It's like, it's just more specific training for leaders. To earn an event to the invitation, you must rank advance from 1-star or lower to 2-star. So you have to be a 2-star or above. between January and December of this year. Okay, so you need to be a 2-star by the end of this year. If you earn elite points between this year, like I said, 30 or more total to be able to go. We can talk more detail about elite stuff if you don't understand what that is, but just understand that you hit Success Club and teaching your coaches how to hit Success Club will give you elite points. That's all you need to know right now. You need to be a paid 2-star or higher at least one bonus week between October and December, which means you've done the 6-week qualification and you are paid as a 2-star.
She was washing dishes.
Okay, so New Year conference is super
So I
awesome.
should go wash the dishes and listen to it.
Will everybody mute themselves? Sorry. Okay. This is something you want to push for every year. It's an event you only get to do once in your entire career of Beachbody as soon as you get 2-star. So it's a one-time event. It's super awesome to go to. Okay, Ultimate Reset. I've talked to Micah. We're gonna okay, hold on. I'm gonna mute everybody. Everybody mute themselves. You don't have to go out of the screen. Maybe. Okay, never mind. I'll mute everybody. Just a sec. Okay. Okay. Can you all hear me still? Yes? Okay, good. Okay, share screen. Okay, Ultimate Reset. I was talking to Mike about this. A few of the coaches have done this, and it's like basically the 3-day refresh for 21 days. Darren O'Lean, who is the what was he called? He's the one who made Shakeology, co-creator of Shakeology and the Ultimate Reset. So he's got tons of background knowledge on nutrition and how to like basically fix your body and heal it through nutrition. And so he designed this to detox your body and reset your digestive system. It has 3 phases with meal plans and shopping and a series of daily supplements that you take. It's perfect for those with a lot of weight to lose, those with unresolved digestive issues, and anyone needing a boost or needing to bust a plateau or in need of a kickstart. The complete kit was $229. It's now $199. You also get the coach discount on top of that. Understand that this comes with a lot of the supplements, a lot of the things you're going to be taking, so you aren't going to be spending a ton on food because a lot of it is, by the end of it, you're eating vegan. It's a lot of vegetarian produce and stuff. So Mike and I were talking, we are going to try and plan a team-wide Ultimate Reset in January. It's a good time to like really dial in your nutrition, and they kind of talked about this at Summit. It was really neat to hear the lady's story. Colette. She talked about it. It was one of the founding coaches. It was really neat to hear her experience of doing the Ultimate Reset. She actually did it while she was going through breast cancer. And she said it was really good for her mentally to combat a lot of things, people who have emotional eating issues. And a lot of them said they just felt a lot more clearer and in control of their lives. So Ultimate Reset is something I've never done, and I'm going to do it in January. So keep that in mind. Okay, the 20s is a Beachbody on-demand reality TV show to find the next celebrity trainer. So this starts in August. When you log into your on-demand, you can see it like kind of at the top. So this is just going to be like entertainment and a way for people to like, I don't know, see. It's just another reality show, kind of like The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, which seems kind of interesting. So, okay, Fix8 cooking show. This is going to be huge. So like my dad is the type of person that needs and loves to watch like Food Network. Well, a lot of times it's a lot of food that is not necessarily appropriate for eating healthy. So they have come out with the Fix8 cooking show. It's going to be available through On Demand, and they will have like episodes with Autumn's brother is the chef. And so these are actual cooking shows like you would see on the Food Network for cooking clean. So this is awesome for people who feel like they don't know how to cook using the containers. This gives us another layer for people to go and actually see demonstrations of food and how to use it and cook and all of that. So teaches foundations of portion fix, followed by amazing recipes on each show. Wow, it's like chaos here. Container equivalent, shopping list, and allergen-free options will also be included. So that honestly will be huge for people who feel like they don't know how to use the system. We now have this to supplement on top of all of our challenge groups that we do. Okay, this is something I'm super, super, super excited about. Okay, just tell him to go in his room or something. Go play in the toy room, buddy. Okay, so the health bet. Basically, Beachbody has decided they're going to do the diet bet model, and they're going to do this in September. Oh, my hand. From September 5th through October 2nd, it's going to be through the Challenge Tracker app. So sometime this month, I'm going to start a challenge group for us coaches to test out the challenge group app. So we know how to use it. We can get our people using it. And anybody who wants to participate in this health bet, it's going to be awesome. All they have to do is log a minimum of 3 workouts a week, 5 Shakeologies a week, which will get a lot of people active and people trying Shakeology rather than just programs. And then we're going to do like a revive group for any of our past customers. We're going to invite them to do this revive, and we will use the diet bet as incentive for them. What is going to happen is Beachbody is going to be paying all of the money. So it's going to start at a minimum of $1 million. So like, let's process that for a minute. $1 million. So if 1 million people actually did this, completed the challenge, everybody would get $1. So yeah, it sounds like a lot, but we don't even have 1 million people in our network. So, and then yes, every challenge pack that is sold, they will be adding $5 per challenge pack up to $3 million cap. So whoever finishes and does 3 workouts a week, 5 Shakeologies a week, they will be split the final cash pot. This is huge. Everybody loves diet bet models because they want to win something. They don't have to pay in. That's the other awesome thing. So your customers and challengers don't have to pay a lick, and they have a chance at splitting the pot. So use August, which we're going to talk about in a minute, as a chance to set the stage for getting people for this, into this for September. Anybody who completes the challenges this month can roll right into that, and that will keep them up with doing the programs. And the key to building this business is to get people to have results. So you need them to continue on with their journey past their first challenge group. So this is awesome for August. It's going to be a huge seller, in my opinion, for September because everybody wants free money. And this is so easy to do. Go to the playroom right now. Okay. Okay, Core to Force is the new program that is coming out. It's a mixed martial arts inspired by Total Body Workout, designed by Joel and Jericho, to blast fat and carve your waist in just 30 days with zero equipment. This launch is November 1st, which is awesome because Hammer and Chisel was December. That's a hard time of year. November is way more doable. You'll get people on who want to do this throughout the holidays. So I'm so glad they launched this November 1st. The workouts are 30 to 45 minutes, and it's a 30-day program, okay? So you're going to want to jump on and do this as soon as you can. They said that a sneak peek will be in on demand in October. So whenever there is a new launch, I know that sometimes we're like, well, I don't want to do Country Heat. I don't want to do Core to Force. I want to do this. You want to do whatever is coming out, and there's several reasons for that. You want to be on top of a launch because whether you like it or not, there are people out there and they have other coaches that they've seen or they've heard about Country Heat being sponsored in their ad or their news feed to some extent, and they've heard about it and they want to do it. And if you're not talking about it, they will go to someone who is. So if you want to build this business, get in front of a launch, whether you want to do the programs or not. On top of that, you need to know what we offer, and it's hard to be able to offer someone a program if we've never done that. But this could be perfect for someone, and if we've never done that, we could totally be basically not providing them with what they need and they could use because we didn't want to jump on the bandwagon. So always, always, always do the programs as they come out. If you have not purchased Country Heat, purchase it now. I just did the digital unlock. You can get it for $30. $30, or the deluxe kit was $45. Buy it today. You can get the regular base kit where you get sent the DVDs and have it in your on demand. I just did on demand. Do it today and start doing it. We have the coach test group that Micah's putting on for us coaches so that we can have results and start sharing actual results so that people want to do the program. So if you haven't done Country Heat, do it. And then when Core de Force comes out, you need to jump in front of the launch. Okay, I think. Okay, so Country Heat is on sale for $140 this month. It's not a dance program. It's inspired by dance and country music. So a lot of people are saying it's line dancing. It is, but it's not. It's in the format of you do 2 moves for 8 counts each, and then you put the 2 moves together, and then you're done, and you move on to 2 different moves. So it's not like you learn a dance like size. This is different in that you're doing 2 moves, and you move on and do them separately. We were talking about this at Summit. I'm pretty sure it was Sharon that pointed out it's actually better because instead of just learning a routine and being like, well, I don't need to do this again because I already know the dance routine, it's more workout broken down style versus just a dance. So it's not necessarily line dancing. There are some line dancing moves, but it's not that you learn a line dance. It's not hard choreography and no equipment is needed. They even have a modifier for that. So some of the moves you're slightly jumping, so they have a modifier that you don't have to jump. So this is literally for anyone. Severely overweight, pregnant, people who have back and knee issues, people who can't get on the floor easily. Country Heat is for them. It's super fun. A lot of us coaches were talking this morning about how we totally underestimated it. We thought it was going to be like really, really boring or just not a good workout, and it literally will kick your butt. Your quads will be on fire. Your abs will be on fire. It's 30 minutes or less. It's cardio. It's more like Zumba style, like I was talking about, in group exercise versus like you learn a dance. It comes with the container system and the 21-day fixed meal plan. And as always, there's the 30-day money-back guarantee. The digital unlock is good upgrade for past challenge pack customers. So I recommend the digital unlock for anybody on the team. If you don't want to have to buy the DVDs and you already are using on demand, you may as well just get the digital unlock. Okay, 3-week yoga retreat is another program they're coming out with. It's totally free and is just on demand. So people who are on demand, this is a new program that's going to be included. It's anybody who wants to do yoga, whether you're a beginner, especially those who have always wanted to try yoga. My husband's over there laughing. He thinks it's funny that my son's like out of control. It's also valuable for people who are looking to complement their current fitness, become more flexible, reduce stress, and improve balance. Yoga and PiYo and stuff like that is good for any sort of athlete, triathletes, marathon runners, CrossFit athletes. So this is how you can get people who don't necessarily want a program as far as like an actual workout program. They just need something to supplement. This is a great one, and it's going to be free on demand. This is going to be coming out in September, and there's no equipment needed. And it's 21 days. Okay. So that is all of the major announcements that they announced on the opening ceremonies. And like I said, you guys can go and watch that and get more details and see all the excitement from it. On Super Saturday, I was going to also say that they usually have some sort of announcements there. And usually they announce some sort of nutritional supplement at Summit, but they didn't this year. So I'm kind of wondering if they're going to do that at Super Saturday. Last year, people complained about having like too much information. They were doing hammer and chisel. I think they also talked about 22-minute hardcore. The performance line was coming out, so that it was like information overload. So this is good because we know how we can plan the rest of our year. August, every single challenge pack is on sale this month. Every single one. So this is huge for everybody to be able to hit Success Club, especially during Team Cup, and to set the stage, like I said, for people in September who want to do the diet bet model. October comes around, and you've got a sneak peek of Core de Force. November 1st comes, and Core de Force is released. We will start doing a program then. We'll start doing a challenge group in November so that people can start that before the holidays fully hit, and then that will also carry you through to the new year. So they have set the stage up to have a really good last half of the year. Okay, does anybody have any questions about any of the announcements so far? No? Okay, now for just a second, I wanted us, those of us who went to Summit, we wanted to just share with you something that we took away from it. If you have not watched the Melanie Mitchell video that I posted in the team page, as well as Gary V's. Go watch them like now, because you just need to. They're so good. Okay, Digital Unlock is where you just pay for it for on demand. They won't send you the DVDs. You just have access to it in your on demand. Okay, that's what Digital Unlock is. You bet. Okay, so I wanted to talk about Shalene, because she's awesome, and I'm sure Ashley might be talking about her too. But we all just wanted to talk about something we took away from it. And honestly, the main theme that I got from Summit this year was sharing your story authentically and belief in yourself and belief in this company. And this is why you need to go to Super Saturdays, and this is why you need to go to Summit. If you have not bought your Summit ticket yet, buy it before they sell out, because your belief in the company is solidified the second you go to Summit. It's hard to understand the true passion that the company has until you have seen the CEO speak in person, as well as all of corporate, and then all these amazing motivational speakers that they bring in that have connections to the company, like Shalene and all of these coaches who presented as well. So I know that for my husband, it was a big thing. He's always supported me. He's always loved the company, but for him to actually see it in person and hear, he understands why we are so passionate about this. So it just lights a fire. Okay, so Shalene talked about your story, and she said quite a few things, so I just am going to read through what struck me enough that I wrote it down. She said, people make you change your life. It's not anything else. It's not products. It's not programs. It's people. People inspire you to change your life. That's why every one of us are here to a certain extent. Someone inspired you to be a coach. It wasn't the products by themselves. Someone inspired you to try the products. She said, this is how she was talking. I don't trust you unless I legit know you. So if you feel like you're not getting traction in this business, it's because people don't know where you stand and people don't feel like they know you. That's why being vulnerable and real is key to this business, because that's where people feel like they can trust you. If you're vulnerable, they can trust enough to come to you and be vulnerable and ask for help. Sometimes we carry stories that aren't logical, so we hang on to things of the past that weigh us back and prevent us from being who we want to become. You've got to let go of anything that's happened in the past that is weighing you down for absolutely no reason. When you decide to serve others and be vulnerable, you will be successful. So read the book, The Go-Giver, that talks a lot about serving others, serve, and people will come back and want your help and all of that. So if you feel like, once again, you're struggling and you're stuck in this business, you need to be vulnerable and you need to serve. Provide them with value. That's what we say when we say, are you posting valuable content? Are you giving them something that adds value to their life? Okay, people connect with the mess before success. So all of us are like, oh, I don't want to talk about my crazy, scary past, or it's embarrassing or whatever. And then all of a sudden you have massive success. It looks very untouchable. So you have to talk about the struggles, and you have to talk about it now while you're going through whatever you're going through as you're building this business, because when you get the success that they want, they've connected with it and it makes it doable for them. So they don't connect with success, they connect with the mess before success. If there's no hope in your story, it's not time to tell your story. So if you are going through a hard time and you haven't found hope in your story yet, don't talk about it. That's where you become a Debbie Downer. No one wants to hear that. You need to have some sort of hope that offers people an answer to their problems. They see your struggles, and if they can relate to it in some way, them seeing that glimmer of hope from you is what provides them the hope. But if you're not providing that hope, don't share your story. It's not time to share it yet. She said, profit is the byproduct of helping people. So if you're in this to help people, you'll be successful. If you're in this for money, it's not going to happen. I will tell you that right now. Like, if that is your sole purpose, is to have money and to sell people out, like, you may as well just walk away, because you're not going to be successful. This whole business, the entire corporation, especially CEO, believe in helping people. That is why we do what we do. Our mission statement is to lead people to live healthy, fulfilling lives. So to help people achieve goals to lead a healthy and fulfilling life. So we're not here to sell them a product. We're not here to sell them a diet pill that will melt away the fat. We're not here to give them a quick fix. We're here to help them change their life. And so you will be successful with that if you are helping and serving others. We're not in sales. We need people to do, to change. That's what we're here for, is to get people to change and to make the changes they need to have a healthy and fulfilling life. And that is hard. And that's where we come in and we offer that support to get people to do things. We're not telling people to buy a product and we walk away. We're telling people, hey, purchase this and we can help you be successful in changing your life. All the other alternatives they have, nutritionists, personal trainers, gym passes, all these other things that they could do that would change their lifestyle are extremely expensive, and we offer those same benefits at a highly cheaper rate. I'm speaking from experience. I've bought gym passes. I've been to a nutritionist, and I've paid hundreds, if not thousands of dollars and never had success. We offer them that same solution designed by professional trainers and nutritionists for them to have success. And then we offer the coaching, support, and accountability, which is where people are never successful, as they fall off when they don't have accountability. So that is what we do. We offer them a solution to their problems to actually change their life and their lifestyle. People we meet and books we read is what will change us. So once again, that's why team culture is huge. The people on our team are those who will help you through when this business is hard or when you're struggling to maintain this healthy lifestyle. And then on top of that, think of your challengers. They come to you for help. You are a catalyst for them to change their life. So through you and through personal development, we are able to change people's lives. And you have to do that yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in the products. And you need to do that by doing the programs. First and foremost, always focus on you and your journey. And you have to change your mind before you're going to change your health in your physical life. Like, you have to change your mind. So personal development is just as important, in my opinion, as the meal plan and the exercises. You need that to change your mind. Okay, tell your story and get good at it. Everybody has a story. Bye, babe. Everybody has a story, whether you believe it or not. There is a story somewhere. Your childhood, your teenage years, what you're going through now. None of us have a perfect life. None of us, which means we have a story to share and a story to tell. And we have hope to provide to get people to be who they want to be. So that was kind of my takeaway, was sharing your story. That's always been my jam, is being vulnerable and real and sharing my story, because I believe that I'm not alone. And that's something you have to realize too, is if you're struggling with it, someone else is, and you're not alone. So it's selfish of you to not offer some hope or solution for them. So remember that when it gets hard and scary and you don't want to talk about it, someone out there is needing you to talk about it. Okay. Trying to look through my screen. Suzanne, do you want to start?
Sorry, I need a minute. I'm going to put my kids down for a nap, and then I need about 5 minutes. I'll go in a minute.
Sharon.
Okay, hopefully I don't repeat like a bajillion things. I'm sure I will, because a lot of the talks and stuff were really similar, to be honest. Like, they talked a lot. I think every top coach that spoke, they all came back to the same principles, and it's all the vital behaviors. It's all about being a product of the product, doing your personal development and all that stuff. So a couple of the things that really stood out to me is, when you go to a big event like this, when you have the biggest corporate people, you have the CEO of the company there and everybody else, you would think that they would talk about the money they made, or, you know, how successful they were the last year versus the year before, and how we want to push to do better. They don't talk about that stuff. They don't mention what money they make. They don't mention their goals on trying to break that. They 100% talk about changing people's lives. That is the goal, period. Money is never an option. It's never a question, because they know if they help people, that will come. And it's the same in our own business. We're all the CEO of our own businesses. Just like Carl is the CEO of all of us, we have our own business within this corporation. And it's like their core values should be our core values. And that's that's pretty dang impressive to be able to work for a company, because I've worked for many retailers, I still do, and there's always a bottom line. There's always cutting hours, and we have to, cut here to make more here or whatever, and that's not how Beachbody works. And that's why the potential of this is so great, because if you are willing to help and you're willing to dig in the trenches and find those people who need your help, you will be successful. It doesn't matter how much you weigh. It doesn't matter what you look like. You guys, I was shocked, and it shouldn't matter. Like, you think like Beachbody, the top people are going to be these like super fitness model, like crazy. They're not all of them. Like, yeah, they're all on their own journey, but there are people making millions of dollars that are like still working on their fitness. They're not like these buff, gym rats that you would think they are. And it has nothing to do with how you look. It is 100% about sharing your story and helping people. And by doing that and focusing on your own journey, you will inspire somebody else. I have my own story. Jaylyn has hers. You each have your own personal thing to give to people. So don't ever discredit yourself. Don't discredit, nobody can relate to me. Nobody's going to care about my story, because they do. And that's being unfair to the people who actually do need you. I wrote down a quote, and I actually sent it to Morgan this morning, but let me find it. It was one of my favorites over the weekend. It said, God gave you something special. It's not for you to throw away. And that, to me, like, totally was like, how can I be selfish enough to hold in all those things? But by sharing my story, it's helping me grow. So it's not, you're being selfish to yourself. You're hurting yourself by not providing that to others, because when I don't know, if you feel like you don't have anything to offer, start digging into that personal development, because we all are capable. Not one person on this team is not capable of reaching top 10 coach. Not one person is not capable of being an elite or 5-star or whatever. You just have to put in the work. You have to do those vital behaviors every single day. And that's where, consistency was probably spoken a million times while we were there, because it is all about being consistent. You got to be consistent in your workouts, be consistent in your nutrition, be consistent in your power of 3, be consistent in your personal development every single day, whether you want to or not. If you do that, you will succeed no matter what. Like, it's so simple and we make it hard. So that's probably the biggest takeaways that I found was, that consistency in everything. Those 4 vital behaviors cover everything that we should be doing in our own personal journey and in our business. And if we follow them, there is no doubt that you will succeed, period. So.
Yep, love it. love it. Okay, Susan, Ashley, you're next.
Okay, so I'm going to try and talk about new things, because I could totally just reiterate everything they said. But one of the talks that really jumped out to me was a training that Carly Del Carlo and Brittany Powers did. Brittany Powers, for those of you who follow her on Instagram, is Fit Mom, Fit Brit. She's the number 10 coach this year. Carly Del Carlo was in the top 10 with Micah. So they know what they're doing. They know what they're talking about, which was really big for me. And their whole topic was about how you cannot find challengers and you cannot be a good coach if you are not doing the program. And that makes so much sense to say it out loud. But I can tell you from experience, and I think that's why I love this one, because that was me. I was the one who was working out 5 days a week and posting my sweaty selfie, and look how sweaty I got. My shirt is drenched, and I'm so awesome, and I'm drinking my shake. And then on Saturday, I'm eating macaroni and cheese and chicken nuggets, and I just don't post about that part. And then I'm wondering why I'm not getting results. And they specifically point blank said, which it made me like want to crawl under my chair and stand up and be like, thank you at the same time, that if you have been a coach for over a year and if you still have weight to lose, people are not going to pick you, because obviously it doesn't work because you've been doing this for a year and it's not coming off. So why would they do what you're doing? Because you're obviously not losing weight. So you have got to be a product of the product if you want this to go anywhere. And that comes, Shaun T talked about this a little bit, that there's some TV show that they talk about how there's these chips that they put in their brain that you can put what happened on the TV. And they say, like, put it on the screen, put it on the screen. So if someone were to ask you, how'd you do last month on your eating? And you're like, awesome, I nailed it. I don't know why I didn't lose any weight, because I did everything I could have. There's nothing I could have done differently. If people went back and watched everything you did the whole month, are you sure you stand by that decision? Because I can tell you for sure I couldn't stand by that. I know that if I had to prove it, if people could go back and see what I did, oh no, I wouldn't want people to see that. So anyway, that was Shaun T's talk. Brittany and Carly talked a lot about how you want to ask like open-ended questions. You want to be talking to them about their family and what they do for work, and if they have a commute, and what they like to do for fun, and not just, hey, you're fat, do you want to buy my program? Like, you need to build relationships with them. You need to talk to them. And then you offer options. Just because something is on sale does not mean it's a good fit for your person. If you have a 75-year-old super uncoordinated person who wants to buy size, that's probably not the best idea. So you need to find out what they want, what their goals are, what they like to do, where they're at, so that you know what to offer them. You need to be plugged into challenge groups, which that was one of the things, okay, that was something I took away from Summit. So many of the things that they were talking about being plugged into a Coach Basics, and make sure you have good challenge groups. We are so freaking blessed to be under Micah and Jaylin. We have access to amazing things that 99.99999% of the company does not, because it was getting drilled over and over and over again. And we have all of that. Coach Basics, we have that. And it's not even just the generic Coach Basics. Our team made a Coach Basics. And they were talking about sneak peek into coaching. Our team has those things. So anyway, that was a slight whatever. But they talked about in your challenge groups to not only keep it, motivational and post about your Shakeology and your non-scale victories, but to make it fun, to post about fun things so that people look forward to it, and add value, make it super personal. When which we already do this, but when we film videos for Prep Week, don't film videos of Lindsay Matway talking about it, or Scotty Hobbs, or Carl Deichler. It's us. It's saying how we use it in our real life, because that makes it more personable. So we already do that. Talked a lot about personal development, that you need to make sure your challengers are doing personal development, because that will help them. Hi, Lucas. You need to make sure that your challengers are doing personal development, and that you need to be the challenger that you want your challengers to be. So that was a big gut check for me, because I've been a little frustrated with my challengers that they're not consistent and they're not seeing results, and I can't figure out why. It's because of me. It's because they're doing what I'm doing, and they see me talk about how I slipped up a little bit on the weekend, but it's okay. Tomorrow's a new day. So they slip up, and it's okay. Tomorrow's a new day. And what I'm doing is perpetuating a cycle among my challengers, and what I'm doing is hurting my challengers. So you need to be the challenger that you want your challengers to be. And you model first and you motivate second. You lose, what's the quote? You lose the right to motivate your challengers when you stop modeling behaviors. You will not motivate your people if you are not modeling what you want them to do. And we don't sell makeup, like we sell fitness products. If you're not working on your fitness, how do you think you're going to sell anything? You have to be a product of the product. And that's why it's one of the vital behaviors. It's so, so, so important to always be a challenger, and you're never done. Fitness is a journey, not a destination. And so you can't be like, I did 21 Day Fix and I got awesome results, I'm done. It's now you find a new thing. And because it's a journey, not a destination, I feel like we all need to talk about this so much more. Because it's a journey, not a destination, you need to make sure you like the railroad tracks you're on. If you're going to be on these railroad tracks forever, you need to make sure you actually like them, which is why we're all so happy we get to eat carbs and chocolate, because we can do this forever. None of us are doing the, eat processed garbage and then one meal a day we get to eat some asparagus and grilled chicken and never eat bread and never eat fruit, or you're counting points or all the complicated crap out there. Like, we love what we do. We could do this forever. I plan to do this forever. I plan to follow these containers forever. And we need to talk about that so that our challengers and potential challengers can see why they want what we have, because what we have is something people can do forever. And a lot of diets out there are not things people can do forever or things people would want to do forever. So there was one more quote I wanted to read. Before looking out the window to find someone to blame, look in the mirror first. You really need to gut check and see where you're at. And if you're having a hard time finding challengers, if your challengers are having a hard time, you need to do a gut check and see where you're at. So that was my favorite talk.
Awesome. And I forgot to mention, but you touched on it, so I'm going to mention it now so don't forget. Carl, during the opening ceremonies, I think it was then, he was talking about how a lot of people aren't doing these things to live a healthy lifestyle because it's not fun in their eyes. And I know that for me, I didn't join Micah for like a year and a half because I thought exercising was horrible. Like, I hated it. And it's because I hadn't found a program that was fun for me. So their intention for the last half of the year is to show that what we do can be fun. Our challenge groups are fun. The programs can be fun, especially if it's geared towards you. We literally have a program for everybody. Country Heat are for those who, me, hated to exercise, but they want to feel like they're doing something. You've got people for mixed martial arts. Quarter Force is going to be huge for people who like kickboxing, stuff like that, where it's not so much like, here's some dumbbells. You've got the dumbbell programs and the weightlifting, and then you've got 21 Day Fix that covers everything for people who are like, I have no idea what I'm doing. So make it fun and show people that this can be fun still. It can be fun to exercise at home with your kids. It can be fun to do a workout program. It can be fun to eat healthy and still lose weight and blah, blah, blah. So that's all I'm going to say. Suze, we'll go back to you.
Okay, yeah, thank you for letting me not go first. It was a little chaotic in my house for a minute. Okay, a lot of things really stood out to me, and I cried about everything. But one of the talks that really stood out to me was actually Christina Delgado and Becky Brissett. They are two sisters who are both incredibly successful in the business. But there were a couple things that they said that I really wanted to share, because I feel like it's such an important concept. And the first thing that I wanted to talk about that they talked about is comparison. And even them being sisters, they were like, this is not easy. It hasn't been easy for us to work like side by side, because even between them, like, I'm sure it's been easy to compare themselves to each other and how successful they are and this and that and the other. And I think that there are times for all of us when we feel like we're comparing ourselves to somebody else, whether it be in the business or our health, like how we're doing in our health journey or whatever. And I just love that they were like, you cannot compare yourself. And I love this wasn't something that they said, but you can't compare your beginning to somebody else's middle is, I think, a really great quote. But it's also like, nobody is like me and nobody is like any one of you. And so there are things that each one of us has that are so unique to us that only people that there are going to be people that are touched by me for my uniqueness, for who I am. And there are going to be people that will be attracted to you because of who you are, which totally goes back to what Jalen was saying about how important it is to tell your story. how you need to be yourself, like completely and entirely. And to be quite honest, a lot of us had conversations even in Nashville after doing this for a year where I'm like, I'm not sure that I'm always putting myself out there as my unique, like as who I am for real. Like, obviously I'm not being fake. I'm a very real person, but those things that make me unique. And I would just really, a lot of different people talked about there's like your top 5 things that represent who you are. And they should be the most quirky, like things about you. And that's what you should showcase. What makes you you? Okay, I'm totally getting off track, but that's just a little bit of that. But back to the comparison thing. Do not compare yourselves. Do not compare yourselves to any of us. Do not compare yourselves to each other. Do not compare yourselves to Ashley Smith or any of these top coaches that you see they're killing it, because I will tell you what, they put in the work, they work their butts off, and they are successful for a reason. Number 1. Number 2, you can be just as successful as any one of them if you're willing to put in the work. Okay? So quit comparing yourself. If you want more than you have, then you have to work harder. Period. The end. But don't compare yourself, because we're all different and we all have our own thing going, right? So back to the sisters. Sorry, we're all so passionate, and it's because it was seriously like, it was really intense. So we're all being intense because we were moved by what we heard. Christina Delgado and Becky Brosette. The other thing that they talked about were 3 things that you have to do in order to be successful, and that they really said were so important. So I'm going to just go through these really quickly. The first one is to lean in. And they talked about trials and discouragement and failures and all of that. And they're like, you have an option. You can either back off and, if you're, they use the example of like a wave and a guy like in the midst of this huge wave, you either back off or you jump into it, you dive into it, right? And so it's the idea that you have to really be willing to put your head down and get through those failures, get through those hard things. This is not an easy business. It's just not, because it takes a lot of personal growth. And that's why we talk about personal development, that it's so important to just like push through those hard times. Any big business, I really like this, any big business can't be grown with a small mind. So if at the first sign of challenge or, you hit that wall a little bit, if you're ready to back out, then you're not going to grow a very big business. So you have to think more toward the future and your goals and your visions. The second one they talked about was to lead with purpose. It says I wrote down work from the inside and lead from the heart. And be clear about what you are doing this for. What do you want? And if you will lead your other coaches, if you will lead your challengers with purpose and with heart, then they will be more successful. And I loved what Ashley said. She's, oh my gosh, spot on about being the kind of challenger. And we all go through phases, but I'm like, well, so important. Be the challenger that you want your challengers to be. And then the third one, I loved this. It was leave your mark. Work hard and create your own destiny. My destiny might not look like Jaylen's or like anybody else's, because it's mine. Okay, so that's up to me what I'm going to create for myself. What do you have for your vision for yourself? And make a miracle happen here. We all can do that, and we all have the power to do that, but you have to be willing to work, and you have to be willing to dream and dream big and write down your goals and your vision and all of these things that we realize are such a vital part of being successful. And then it says, raise your standards. And I think I think all of us in one area of our life or another could raise our standards and work a little bit harder, be a little bit better. And then it says, improve the world. And honestly, don't mind me. My biggest takeaway from Summit, like beyond any of this, was that that's like the whole purpose of this, is to improve the world, like improve people's lives, help them to be healthier, happier, more mentally stable for their families. Okay, I struggle right now with that, but to be better and to improve things around yourself. I got home from Summit, and my sweet husband, like, he's done things on and off, and I haven't pushed him, But he's like, Suze, he's like, I started Body Beast again last week. And he's drinking his Shakeology and things like, and I know he feels better when he does it. I know he does. And so it really is about that. It's improving your world. It's improving the world. And we have a great amount of impact that we can make, not only on the people right here, right close to us, who are so important to us and who we love so dearly, but also all of these people who we don't know yet. And the more effort we put into getting to know them and finding the ones that could really use our help, the more of an impact we can make. So I will just stop right there.
Thanks, Suze. Okay. Let's see. Emily had to hop off, so she's going to make a video and post it in the page. Danielle, your turn.
Hey y'all. I have several gut checks while I was there. Can you hear me first? Okay, sometimes my phone's stupid. But one of the biggest things that I took away is that I do this, and one of my, I really want my challengers to participate, but I'm not very good at following through all the way to the day 21. Like this last challenge, I realized that there were several times where I didn't tag my coaches, or I don't push them hard enough and have them fill out all the forms and such that they need. And so they're not the best challengers that they can be, and they're not getting the best results that they could get because I'm not pushing them hard enough. That's what they signed up for this for. That's what I'm a coach for. It's because my job is to push them, and I'm not doing my job. So that was one of the things that kind of hit me, that I need to be better about, like setting hours. So I'm going to get up at 5 o'clock and I'm going to send out all my emails. And then at nighttime at 8 o'clock, I'm going to go in and I'm going to tag everybody in all those posts in the challenge groups to make sure that they're not missing something, and so that they're being held accountable, because that's what we always say is like, hey, these groups, there's accountability and there's motivation and there's this and that. And I don't follow through completely. So that's one of the things. The other thing was something Sean T said was, could you live in a glass house? So are you on there saying, drink your Shakeology, do your workouts, do this. And if you lived in a glass house, would they really see that that's what you're doing? So like, are you really being a product of the product? So that kind of hit me. And then don't try to imitate someone else. Be you and turn your mess into a message. I think it's easy for us to see people like Jaylyn, who's super successful and done so well, and come and then just try to like imitate exactly what she's doing. Well, her story is not my story, and just try to, there's somebody that can relate to me better than they can relate to Jaylyn. And just being open and vulnerable and not really caring what other people think. And there was one of the talks that it was a gut punch for me, and I don't even know why it affected me. It was about like my daughter, and not telling someone that you can't have it. You can't have that. You shouldn't ever tell anybody they can't have something. They can have whatever they want. You just have to work for it. So like, you don't deserve anything in this life. You only deserve what you work hard for. So those were the biggest things that hit me. And I think that things that we all need to kind of think about, like, are we being a product of the product? And that's my take.
Perfect. Thank you. I love the glass house thing because I think it also applies to when we're sharing our vulnerable stories that have nothing to do with Beachbody. Because seriously, I see it almost daily. Someone posting about how they need to take a Facebook break because they're so discouraged because so-and-so's house is always clean and so-and-so is always dressed for the day. And we put on like our highlight reel, which is where we stand out from other people, is sharing the glass house. Share the scary things, share your imperfections, because that is what gets people to relate to you. They feel frustrated when they feel alone, and no one's alone out there. We can all see the messy house. Like, you just have to be real and share you. So I love the glass house thing because for me that was huge. It was like, okay, I need to be authentic in my story and actually authentic, not portray what I want my life to be. I need to portray my life as it is. So love, love, love that. Okay, I think we're to you, Tiff.
Okay, so one of my biggest things was being patient. Not one of those coaches up there jumped right in and hit success within a year. Not one of them, every one of them were 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years in this business to get where they got. And I feel like so many of us, myself included, expected just to jump right into it and have all this amazing success. And then we get very frustrated when we don't have that success. Can you guys turn that down just a little bit, please? So that was a big thing for me. I don't know how many times I wrote it down that we need to have patience. Another thing I wrote down really quick while you guys were talking, turn it down, hurry. Was just about committing. Sorry guys, my kids, I'm trying to get them to turn down the TV. Anyway, about committing to a program and completing it. One thing I have already done this week, because commit was such a big word for me from Summit, is I've already messaged my challengers that started this week and some of my past challengers. And I literally was so fired up about the word commit, and I used the missionary commitment pattern on them. And I said, hey guys, I am committing to being here. I want your commitment right now to showing up every day, to posting in our challenges, to doing your exercises, and committing to doing or eating correctly. And so many of them have already messaged back with exclamation points, I'm committed. So do that with your challengers and get their commitment right up front so that they know what you're expecting of them. Another little thing, if I can hurry and find it really quick and then I'll be done. But one of my little drawings, shoot, where'd it go? Was just facing the storms. I mean, I feel like I had great success in the beginning of my business, and then I hit some hardships. I let up on my game. My grandmother passed away, and I just wasn't pushing as hard as I can. Can you guys see my little drawing right here? That's me facing the storm, leaning in. And that's what we have to do, is leaning in this business, leaning in, keep going, be patient, utilize the trainings, your upline coaches, your success partners, whatever you have, lean in and face out the storm, because you know what? There are going to be storms on the horizon, but don't turn around and quit. Face them and lean in. There you go.
So what she was talking about, Gary Vee is the one who really pounded that in. Hard work, hard work, hard work, and patience. And he said that so many times. And he said 97.9% of you will not be here or be successful in this business for one reason, and it's hard work and your lack of patience. People expect, I don't know how, but people expect some quick fix with money and with business, and they think, oh, which is funny because we sell not quick fixes, yet we jump into this business and expect it to be quick. It's not. Like, can you be successful very quickly? Absolutely. It also depends on your version of what you think success is. For me, being able to pay our groceries and our car payment my first month was like, holy crap, this is gold. So you can't expect $1 million status doing nothing. So he just pounded that in, that you have to expect to work hard, and you have to expect to be here in a year, 5, 10, 15 years. You can't do this short-sighted and think you're going to be successful. So my challenge to you guys is, there are going to be hard months. The business goes like this, period, for everybody. The top coaches, in fact, Christina and Becky that they're talking about, I ran into her on Wednesday night and I said, I really admire you. In fact, I've told my coach that me and Jerica are going to be the Christina and Becky in a few years. And she's like, it's not easy. This business is not easy. This is a hugely successful coach. And she's telling you that. That should prep you guys to know that this is not going to be smooth sailing every single month. But if you are going to live this lifestyle anyway, be here in 15 years, because there are people who need you and you need to help yourself anyway. So don't get discouraged when month one you didn't earn $1 million, or you didn't earn 1,000, or you had to like tooth and nail fight to hit Success Club 5. Like, that's normal. All of us here, like Suzanne was saying, are working our butts off. And if you see someone else who's more successful, it's not because of luck. And that's what Melanie Mitchell's talk was about, was everybody who's successful works their butts off for it. So if you're seeing someone else successful, they're doing something you're not doing. And you need to be here long term. You can't expect to be an overnight success. And you need to focus on all the little successes along the way. Are me and my husband debt free like I want to be? Nope. But were we able to pay off credit cards? Yes. Were we able to pay off our cars? Yes. Were we able to pay for our car payment that first month? Yes. Like, these are little successes that you can't discredit. I don't care if it's one challenge pack sale. That's $40 more than you would have had not doing it. So you need to look at the little successes and not just financial. You need to look at the friendships gained from this business. And I promise you, you can ask anybody who went to Summit or anybody who's gone to retreats. That is where your friendships bond. And that's why we're drilling in Super Saturday so much, is when you meet these people face to face, it is such a genuine friendship. Like, my husband was in Summit with us for 5 days. He was surrounded by Gio and like 13 girls. And not once was he like, get me out of here, because these are genuine friendships. We didn't have cat fights going on and gossiping and like clicky and weird stuff. Like, this is genuine friendships. You've got to focus on the genuine friendships that you gain from this. How about your health? All the little successes you have along the way because you're a coach. I know that for me, and Suzanne has talked about this, I would have quit. In fact, I became a coach from the very beginning because I knew I would suck as a challenger. I would have quit right away. So you've got to focus on every little success. And I challenge you to write it down so that when you're discouraged one week or one day or whatever, you look at that list and tell me it's not worth it to be a coach. So we just want you guys to, hopefully you got something out of this. Really go and watch the opening ceremonies and the celebration, and watch any Summit talks you can get your hands on. I really hope that they come out with all the general session. I don't think that they recorded them. I hope they do. But that Gary Vee video, P.S., I don't know how long it's going to be up because I'm pretty sure that was breaking his contract. So watch that ASAP because it might just disappear. But dig in to all these trainings that we got to experience so you can feel the hype and the excitement that we got from this, because this company honestly is amazing. Like, my husband was in the room and I didn't want to like say anything, but he is like, okay, send me the training links. He's like diving in because of the commitment he saw from the company. And they aren't just here to make money. Of course, this is a business, but honestly, like, they get to the core of it. Like, the mission is to help people, and that's why we're here. So focus on helping people, and it's just the best company ever. Does anybody have anything else to add really quickly? Questions, comments? We're good?
I have one more thing.
Okay.
One of the things that Carl talked a lot about was the obesity epidemic of our country. And it keeps rising. It's not falling, it's rising. We're at 70% of our country is obese or overweight. Everybody needs our help. Everybody. Like, this isn't just like I've been there and I know how that feels, and I don't want that for my family. So for me, this is more than just myself. This is for my kids and for my spouse and for my grandkids to reverse what we've done, because our country is in such dire need of getting back to what we know and what our bodies know. And it's not processed food, it's not fast food, it's not the convenience of all of that. It's hard work. And that's what we're programmed to do. And so never feel like there's too many coaches or people don't need you or there's not enough people for you, because there is. 70% of our population need you. And that is huge, you guys. Like, you just have to put in the work to find them, and they'll I can't tell you how many people like who have fallen into my like lap almost that I would have never, ever, ever connected with if I didn't have Beachbody and be sharing my story. It's like, they will find you. You just have to keep showing up, and they need you. So don't discount yourself, because it's amazing to be able to help somebody change their lives. And once you get a little bit of taste, it's like you just want to keep going. So
Yep, I agree. I was trying to find my slide because I took a picture of that slide that Carl shared of like the epidemic has gone up since last year. It's climbing every single year. And I know that it's hard. Sometimes we think, oh, but there's so many coaches out there. Guys, there are only 400,000 coaches in our network. That's including discounters, which I would be willing to bet more than half are discounters. So you're telling me out of 225,000 people, we can't find people? Like, it's really hard, and I get it sometimes getting stuck in our little bubble, and we think there's no one for me to help. Like, no. That's why we expand our network. That's why we reach out every day. There are 226 million people just in our country alone. And they do plan to go international fairly soon. So the world is just opening up, and there are people everywhere that need us. So like Sharon was saying, you've got to focus on getting outside of your little bubble and staying consistent and helping people, because this is an epidemic and we're here to like help. And I know that how much it's changed my life. I will scream it from the rooftops. I don't care what people think, because it's changed my life. Like my health alone, I would do this. Like, in fact, I think all those leaders have said that we would do this for free. Just to feel how we feel and to help someone else feel how we feel is worth every effort to be a coach. So I think that's it for now. I have some slides of pictures that I took. Oh, did you post them? Let me see, Tiff, you sent them. Hold on. Of slides during like some talks and stuff, and I'll just put them in a folder so you guys can see them. Okay, yep, here's I don't know if you guys can see this. I'll try and get it to focus. Okay, can you see that chart? That's the obesity epidemic. So Carl talked about the reason it's transitioned into that is because we're no longer working for our food. We're no longer eating food. So anyway, we have a ton of people to help. I will post the slides from some of the talks that we heard. You can go through them, and they're just like the key points of some of the talks, and they're awesome. So make an effort, guys, to like really show up and do what you need to do. Work hard and be patient. And I promise you, like, the benefits and the blessings from this business will happen. Capiche?
I thought of an announcement we missed.
Okay.
Coach Online Office is coming to an app.
Yes.
They're making an app for Coach Online Office. About frickin' time.
So this will be available in September. There will be a test period in August for certain coaches to try out and fix the bugs. They don't have the sponsorship drill down in it yet, but they're hoping by the time it officially releases to everybody, the sponsorship drill down part of it will also be mobile. So that will help us like immensely be able to work from our phones and stuff. So anyway, if you guys haven't, I'm going to type in the chat really quick. These are really fun just to see. Hold on. They put a lot of time and effort into this production, and they have professional photographers taking pictures. So it's fun to look through and kind of see the event. So I posted the link to that has a bunch of pictures. You can go through and you'll probably see some of us in those. And it's just really neat. So let us know if you guys need anything.
Jalen, can I add one thing real quick?
Yes.
Sorry. I was just thinking with the whole, like, there's always someone to help thing. I have a new coach who signed up like 3 or 4 weeks ago now. And she saw someone at Walmart who was buying like the Atkins diet shakes or whatever. And she was like, oh, she just started a conversation of, are you trying to lose weight or whatever, just talking in the line while they're waiting to check out. And she told her about Shakeology and was like, if you're looking for something to do that's way better for you, I actually know of something. And they exchanged email addresses. This woman was 80 years old. 80 years old. I know. And I'm like, holy cow. Like, the fact that not only is she at Walmart and just starting a conversation with a complete stranger at a registry line, but she's sharing it with someone who is 80 years old. Like, everybody can be helped by this. And they've been talking, and I don't know where they stand right now, but I know they're still talking. still emailing back and forth and stuff. And I was so inspired by that because she'd been a coach for like a week and was already reaching out to somebody at a line in Walmart. So I just wanted to reiterate that there are bazillions of people out there that we can help, no matter how old they are or no matter where you meet them. So
Perfect. One last thing, write down the book Super Life. That's by Darren Oline. He talks about it's awesome. Everything nutrition and what our bodies need and all that. So if you really want to dig into why Shakeology honestly is the best shake out there, read Super Life. And I think that is it. But yeah, make an effort to go to Super Saturday. I promise you it's worth the sacrifice. Christiana wants us to smile. She wants to take a picture. So everybody smile. Did you get it? We're good? Yes? Okay, I'm saying we're good. Yeah? Okay. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later.